Nobody's here yet, but I want you to know that.
Okay.
Man, why is it that I do the bandwidth test and the instant I actually start the fucking stream, the frames start dropping? Why?
Because it's not actively being throttled. To be fair.
Ugh.
It is. I mean, I'm not here to wait because I want to get as far as I can on the mayor level.
Okay. Alright. What are we gonna tell people?
Well,
At
I
everyone.
don't know. I'm not a streamer.
Uh-huh.
I haven't streamed in a recent while. I will be this Saturday though.
Yo.
I don't know what, but it's gonna happen. Maybe
Hell yeah.
Civ. Maybe.
Civ.
Just like I want to do like I feel like my best content is when I'm like trying to do something difficult or I'm learning something. People tend to really like those streams.
Mm-hmm.
Cuz my
People like to watch
speedrunning-
me suffer.
literally cuz my most popular stream before Cult of the Lamb or after Cult of the Lamb, which is also like a thing people like watching new games, which that's no shit Sherlock.
Mm-hmm.
My most popular stream before or after Cult of the Lamb was Minecraft Super Flat, and then my next most popular stream was Minecraft
Hello, AMD.
speedrunning. Hello.
We're not doing Minecraft speedrunning today, unfortunately, but we are power washing. You are correct.
Yes, we are power washing. I'm just talking about my popular streams in which I'm doing something that is objectively painful to watch because despite it all, I'm not good at Minecraft.
Love watching that game. Well, have I got news for you? I've got excellent news. Labor.
Yes. Well, I got some amazing
Putting in the
news for
work.
you.
Alright. So they've got new one. There's clean the satellite. Which one do you want to do first? Clean the satellite dish, the food truck, or the solar station? Very different things.
One of these things is not like I discovered the food truck. Let's start off a little sane for the love of God.
Okay.
Please save. Cool.
Alright. Let me get you invited before I switch the screen over.
Yep. Can you sub 4 days remaining? Oh no.
Co-op on. Invite friend. Invite friend. Invite. There we go.
I just did join, bro.
That also works.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. I also may have killed off.
Holy shit.
1 minute. That is an ugly fucking truck. Oh, it gave me the best one. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is that?
Don't worry about it.
Why do you have a tri-nozzle? That's goofy.
It's very goofy and I love it.
Oh my god, we both have it.
Mm-hmm. Scanning. I'm scanning. Stay still, I'm scanning. Says here you're a rampant homosexual.
That can't be true.
Oh god, oh fuck. Why the fuck is my stream manager not working? Hello? Let me see chat. You fuck?
Do we not? So wait. Okay, we do get the turbo nozzle. They just also give us a trident nozzle. I'm happy it just gives me the best thing in the game.
My kind of FPS. Oh god. Yeah, no, I did a bandwidth test right before starting stream, and it was like, you're good to go. And I started the stream, and it was like, you're dropping 16% of your frames, because God hates me.
Evidently.
Mm-hmm.
Is this... Are we... Is this... Out of glass? Damn. I was hoping for infinite soap.
Alas.
That was an issue
What
before.
what clothing am I wearing at the moment?
You're in the black suit with red gloves.
Good, good, good. Good shit. You're purple.
Yes, I'm purple with purple gloves.
You're beautiful.
Thank you. They are the... What did it say? The octopus gloves. There's a little octopus on my hands.
Oh my god, I love that. Alright, dibs on the burger. Burger.
Oh my god. Can I look at the burger before you clean it?
I'm gonna actually do like a coat over it because it looks like there's graffiti in there.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to clean it separate. Who graffitied that? Holy shit.
Oh my god, it's the Hamburglar. It struck again. Whee!
God.
Holy shit.
Man, imagine how recently do you think this food truck was in operation?
Well, they're texting me about it. You may have seen my catchy ad on local network a while back. We know about the ham, but what's the muck? 'Cause it's muckin' ham.
Okay.
Oh my god, come out here right now. Monster Hamburger!
That's fucking stupid. Who drew the Swedish chef?
What? Where?
I fucking killed him on accident.
No!
He's right here.
Look, there's a gnome.
A gnome
and
a fucking volcano.
The volcano. Oh, right, because that's what kills everyone. And there's a guy in the window.
No, there isn't.
Yes, there is.
Oh my god, he's so buff.
I would die for him.
Why does he have so much muscle definition?
Oh my god, the mayor's cat. We found her.
Oh my god.
Hello? Hey, hello? Sasquatch?
Why is Sasquatch pogging?
Sasquatch, stop pogging. Please, it's too much. I can't handle it. You're pogging too hard. Oh my god. Hold on. All right. So
also,
what's
it's a Vuck. It's been changed to Vuck.
Vuck? What the hell? OMG. OMG. OMG.
Oh my god. Why? Why? Why
Oh wait, was SJW. That's me.
Noted. Noted SJW.
Noted SJW, Sasquatch. Jesus Christ.
Why is he pogging? I can't get over this. Why
Rest in
is
peace,
Vent so
Hamburglar.
dead? Hi, I can see you.
Hi. Ah! Motherfucker.
POV, you're a bidet.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Fuck it, we be day.
Shut the fuck up. Oh, Lord. Bro, how have they not caused a grease fire in here?
Who's to say?
They probably...
Fact is, there's nothing special about what I put in there. There's just the standard malarkey plus a lot of salt. Any hoot, it worked a treat. We were rushed off our feet for years.
Uh-huh.
Yeah? Tell me more.
I would love to know more about your burger lore.
Give me the burger lore. Sorry, this is Burger Mount, and I just thought you needed to know that.
I'm so happy. Why are you cleaning the burger's taint?
No? Why?
Is-
Why would I?
I just looked.
Wait, what's
Are you,
the?
you
What's the
getting
fucking?
deep in the taint?
What's the fucking key for? Was it Alt or?
See,
No, no, to like to like quickly change between. Oh, I already bound it to one of my mouse keys. Never mind.
look at you. Look at you, the
I'm
fool.
hot and sexy.
Bobo the fool.
Shut the fuck up! Why are you mean to me?
You invited me on your stream. This is your fault. Literally hit me with the "you up" text at
I
2
did.
p.m.
Word for word.
I haven't called somebody Bobo the Fool in actual years, God. I wish the water pooled so we would have that problem to deal with.
Yeah. I always do it from like the top down just to be realistic about it.
I don't.
Yeah, I know. I can tell. Bitch.
What the fuck you mean?
Down there. The fuck? All this shit's gonna come down from the top and then we gotta do it all over again.
That's okay. We get paid by the hour.
Oh, well, I mean, you're smart.
There you go.
I knew that was a reason I hired you.
There you go. See, you understand.
You're doing a great job, Vinny.
No problem, Benita.
We should go fuck. We should go fuck afterwards.
No.
What the fuck, Vinny? I thought we had something.
We can't.
We can't mix business with pleasure. I know. You told me that a million times.
You know, they say after everything, you know, the issue of positions of power and all that.
Yeah.
Can't you do it all? You say yeah. Proves my point. You know, what we should do is drop ice in the grease.
No.
Saw that on TikTok. Seems like a cool part.
Yeah. Very cool. Very smart. No, Vinny. No, Vinny. I told you get off the TikToks. Nothing good comes of it.
Yo, this one said invest in Dogecoin.
No, Vinny, no!
Oh, you know it would be hell on earth.
What?
If we ran a joint TikTok account.
Oh, God. And do what?
I don't know. It would just be shit like this. A very Vine type humor. It's like one of my favorite TikToks is guy who's like, what I would upload if what I would upload on Vine. And it's just a compilation of 6-second bits. It's amazing. Vine was undefeated.
This fucking bun won't clean. It won't quit. These buns won't quit.
I know.
Well, I know you know.
I have no idea how to do that voice, so I've just decided not to. I just talk like this. Sound vaguely like I'm doing like
Something.
yeah, making fun of some comedian. I don't know who. Probably all of them.
Just making fun of the entire state of New York.
Well, yeah,
That's all that really matters.
they deserve it.
Mm-hmm. Ding 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 ding.
You're welcome.
Fuck you.
Okay.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
You're not getting that. You're not getting that.
God, it looks like fucking claw marks when I do that.
I have one joke. POV. I'm the bidet.
Hey, Vinny. Hey, Vinny. Vinny. Dad's on a hunting trip, and he hasn't been back in a few days.
like I hate that we have this fucking like roll of the dice bit. Is it gonna be a supernatural joke? Is it going to be a history joke? Is it going to be stupider than both? The
Hey,
answer
Vinny.
is yes.
Hey, Vinny, that copper merchant, don't trust him. You got shit copper.
A shit cop. No. God, everything about Supernatural would have been better if they just had terrible New York accents. Or at least Cass. Imagine if Cass had a very just a heavy New York accent.
Literally anyone. Any of the main cast, please. I need this. Like, I don't want them to bring it back. Stay dead, die, perish, but I just think in retrospect.
Just imagining some very like pivotal scenes met with a New York accent. The crowd, instead of Crowley being from Britain, he's just from like the heart of New York, sandwich shop.
Hey, yeah, I gotta pop down to the bodega for a lamb tot. You need anything?
And the King of Hell. So what?
Oh my god.
God.
I think I'm funny.
You're very funny and hot.
Oh my god, thank you. I know.
This is the one compliment you're getting this stream.
No! More, please.
More, please.
I require constant affirmation.
I know. I've met you.
I have a praise kink, you know this.
I've met Sun. Without a hunting trip. What made it funny wasn't in the accent. It was you putting the scratch in the door, like right as you told me. Like I'm just imagining Dean doing that, like full in eye shot of Sam.
Yeah.
There, and he just scratches the door with like a claw.
Look, Sam,
somewhere.
it's a monster.
And bitch ass Sam would go.
No, but I have a girlfriend. But I have a girlfriend and I'm at school.
We're gonna solve that problem very quickly in about 2 minutes. So I'm gonna need you to figure
Release
yourself
your
out.
inhibitions. I have way more energy than I did approximately 10 minutes ago.
You're welcome. Hi, Danny. So I got to tell you, I killed this.
The radio star?
I did. And they never saw it coming, and you gotta help me clean the room in this new power washer. What I didn't tell you is some of the stuff we're washing up inside the van is blood.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm used to it.
Damn right you are.
Oh yeah.
You are. No, but I apparently don't hold my alcohol very well.
Oh?
I've learned recently. It does not take much to get me a little tipsy.
I love that for you.
It's not that I get tipsy. It's that the first thing that goes is my speech.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Like I will have perfect coordination, but will be slurring all my words while fully like knowing what I'm saying.
For me, it's the other. For me, it's the other way around. That's like one of the last things to go for me. I
It's
just get
hilarious.
progressively louder and less anxious, which is a problem for everyone else in the room.
Not you though. That's what's important. Yeah, no, I do that first. So, which again is a problem for everyone else in the room. But I may have like murdered this Mike's Lemonade way too fast. What's Mike's harder, technically?
Mike's harder.
Yeah, they're actually really good.
I fucking, if I had any disposable income, I would love to have anything that's not just, you know, a thing of vodka in the house.
Aren't you the only person that drinks?
Yep. And I
know
don't
Nick
really, and I don't
tried
drink
White
often,
Claws.
but it's not exactly, you know, it's not as easy. Holy fuck, it's been a year.
Yes, it has, Northern.
Holy shit. Northern, are you not part of the Teal Union anymore?
Why would you bring it up? Why did you have to say that? I was enjoying that it wasn't the case.
Thank you for the year, Northern. Also, I guess the Teal Union's dissolved now.
Took them long
Damn,
enough.
that sucks. What a shame.
I can finally stop putting my money to those Union Busters and Pinkertons. God.
Fucking, I didn't think Pinkertons even existed anymore, and then I saw that
Me the
fucking
fuck
thing. I was
neither.
like, what are you talking about?
Pinkertons in the year of our Lord 2023. Like, what the fuck? I literally Googled them like there's no way. This has to be a different thing. This can't be the Pinkertons I think it is.
And it
fucking
was.
Hasbro sent Pinkertons.
Yeah, it fucking Hasbro?
Yes, because that's who owns Wizard of the Coast.
Oh my god, that's so much worse.
A toy company sent Pinkertons to a person they sent a product to.
Oh
The
my
guy
god.
who leaked the shit got a product early.
Oh, God forbid.
Like, because he was given it by them.
Mm-hmm.
And he fucking the largest toy company in the world sent mercenaries to a guy whose product they sent.
They're literally hired thugs.
Literally.
We're taking a year due. We're taking a break due to having too many paid vacation days lined up. Oh, for the Teal Union. Yeah, I gotcha.
How it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Been there.
No such thing as too many.
Well, no, but the union says so.
Good for
Unions do
Sega.
it.
Good for Sega.
I saw something about Sega recently. What's that about?
The Sega of America unionized.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Sick.
Yee.
I was wondering because I know Sega's like dying in Japan right now.
Oh, really?
Yes, they had to close the Sega arcade.
Oh, fuck.
You know, like the biggest arcade that closed it. Like not too long ago.
Damn.
I don't know if it's like reopened, but they definitely hauled off Sega's logo off of the building,
Mm.
which looks crazy.
Jeez. Goodbye, Swedish
Look.
chef. The Norwegians are here. I'm sorry, you have to go.
I also had this game on Xbox. Cool, Phoenix plays. How's it
Yo.
going?
Hello, Phoenix.
And I was like, they haven't released a Total War in a couple of years, and Sega hasn't been the same since. I still can't get over they own that series.
I did not know that until you just said that.
At least Total War Rome 2 has a Sega logo at the start. I don't know if they still own it, but they definitely owned it when Rome 2 came out.
How do I put this back on the ground? I don't want this. Fucking... Fine. Burgers.
God. Love to see when people unionize.
Mm-hmm.
I was a part of a workers' union.
They
It's pretty neat when it works.
it's wild. It's very funny to me that like when I was studying to become a teacher, a K through 12 teacher, right? The first thing they do is that they get you to join the teachers union, which
Yes.
is funny to me because it doesn't seem to work well, does it?
No.
Doesn't seem to be doing much for us, does it?
No. No. The teachers union is a joke. Unions are great when they work. I mean that, like, with my whole
Yeah.
chest.
Unions, like, I support every union except the police union, because fuck that. That is...
They just lie.
They just lie. They just lie and put other people in jail for their bullshit and kill people. And get away with it.
That's because they are, well, the cops.
Yeah.
Like, that's that whole thing. It's like, specifically with the police union, is that they probably are like one of the most powerful unions in America that are like public.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure
Probably
there
the
are other
only reason
unions.
that there aren't more anti-union laws, period.
Literally, yes. I'm
Which is
pretty
so
sure.
sad to think about.
Like, the police union was the line in the sand.
Hello, Lila.
Hello, Lila. But
Oh, well,
remember,
we can't
unions
abolish
is bad.
unions. The cops. They're so important.
Literally.
Ah.
I 100% think that conversation happened. In the fucking, like, when was the police, like, I feel like arbitrarily the NYPD is probably the oldest police union, but I could not tell you.
Maybe.
That would track, given state and the NYPD's fucking
Mhm.
existence. 'Cause now I'm Googling shit.
Oh god, oh fuck. They're Googling shit. It's all over.
I can't spell existence, holy shit.
Yo, hello, Sylvie. You're drawing hot woman? Yes. Good.
As you fucking
Please, yes.
should. They were founded in 1892. What is the oldest police union?
Wait. I love pressing the tab key to see, like, what lights up, and then just playing the game of, like, did I hallucinate? Or, fuck it. 69 gift subs in this channel. Nice.
Fucking
Holy
nice.
shit, Sylvie. Thank you for gifting that sub. Also, I don't think you can ever gift another sub again.
Illegal.
Illegal. It's 69 subs now. Oh. Jesus. Mad lad.
Okay, so police unions and benevolent associations are two different things.
Yeah. Mhm.
But the NYPD, when I googled NYPD union, it came up with the benevolent association.
Huh. Disagree.
What? Okay, so these are just their labor union, like their version of a labor union is a benevolent association.
Fucking why are they calling it that?
So they can get around laws that affect unions, probably.
Oh god. So what?
That
They're
would
gonna
be
get
my-
rid of unions and keep the police union? Fuck off.
Yes, literally, that is probably the point. That if they were to ever get rid of unions, they wouldn't be able to touch the police union.
I'm gonna keep the Sasquatch head. The Sasquatch head goes last. Sasquatch Pog goes last.
Of course. And the burger it's pogging at.
Gotta be very careful. Spamming the tab button.
I know, I'm like, where the fuck? Oh, I forgot they were British, and it said bonnet, and I had a fucking string.
Fucking British. Ugh.
We can't. There are too many Euros in chat. We have to be careful with our language.
No, we're all on the same page.
I don't know. Northern said that all Americans secretly want to be British once. And that's
No.
painfully untrue. I hate the British.
Fuck
so
the Brits.
much.
Not
hate the
even.
British
I don't even
so
care
much.
about that revolution bullshit.
No, like this isn't like pro America. This is anti-British. This is 100%. This is just being anti-British.
Bonnet flaps 99%. Headlights. Oh, where?
Because you can't be them. That is so painfully untrue. Holy shit! I do not want to be that version of a colonizer. I'll be literally any other version of a colonizer, like an American.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think
We're imperialists.
I was gonna say we're imperialist mostly.
But still,
no one is free of sin.
no. If your skin lacks melanin, you definitely gain sin. It just doesn't. It's a
Yeah.
video game.
Yeah.
The lighting is
But minus, you just see like in the corner, like minus melanin plus sin.
Oh shit. Oh, that's funny. Oh,
Ingredient unit.
it's something in here.
It's
Probably
that. It's
one of
that
these-
thing.
I hate these.
Truck door.
Oh, down here. What the fuck? There we go. Window, truck doors, and truck body right.
The
which
fuck is wrong with
box
this truck
space.
door, huh? Oh, probably the top. Ugh.
Ugh.
Fine. Since you're gonna be a little bitch about it.
Since you're gonna be a little loser, a little British.
A little Brit. A little Brit about it. Okay, Windows, X2.
It's probably the side windows. Yes, it is. Got one.
Get that shit out of here. Truck body
Alright.
right. I'm sorry,
Alright.
Sasquatch Pog.
You gotta.
It's
you gotta-
time.
I'll go for. You go for the left eye. I go for the right eye.
Alright. 3, 2, 1. F.
That's a target.
07.
That was a fucking assault.
Fucking, why does my fucking stream manager keep exiting out of chat? I can't see. Stop doing that. Every time I reopen it, it deletes the past
Yep.
every past chat. Time lapse. That was a quick job. We did that
Yes, it
quick.
was. Easy $500.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I want to look at the time lapse. Sag.
Damn, guess you have to watch my stream.
Okay, your stream's behind though. We're still killing the
Oh, okay.
Sasquatch head.
Bonus jobs. Satellite dish or solar station?
Satellite dish.
Dish, bish.
We're both. You're just staring at Muckenham right now. Gotta wait before we start this next mission. To infinity
I'm scanning.
and beyond.
It just says gay ass bitch.
Are you sure you don't have it set to self-identify?
Oh shit, I do. No, it still says gay ass bitch.
I think it just means we're both gay ass bitches.
Oh fuck.
Oh shit.
We should get a room.
And do what?
Nothing. Nothing.
Just hang, play Mario Kart.
Yeah. Every time I try to play fucking Mario Kart on the Switch with Sun, it doesn't happen because Sun knows he's gonna lose because I'm good at it.
And God forbid Sun loses.
Mm-hmm. Like last night, fucking Glitch, other Nicks, and Maria were all over, and we were gonna play a board game, but then we were like, holy shit, we can just use the fucking Switch and play a video game instead. And we played Smash instead of Mario Kart because Sun's a coward. Love him though.
I'll be sure I tell him this.
Huh?
I'll be sure to tell him this.
Oh no, I told him this to his face.
Thank God.
Love my husband.
But also
Punk ass bitch.
Sammy.
Sammy.
Sammy. Just take the sting out of every fucking scene.
Fucking
Sammy.
majority of people here are already like lost on the bit that we started 15 minutes ago.
That is true. Supernatural, but they're all from New York. There you
Yeah.
go. Instead of just all being vague.
Wait, no, well, wait, no, I can recreate the bit. I can recreate the bit. Come over here. Come over here. Come over here. I'll do the bit again. Are you ready? Are you fucking ready? Shit. No, wait, I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it.
Hold on, I need to shut my door. Fucking hell. I'm fucking laughing this hard. Holy shit. Uh-huh.
Are you ready? You ready for
I'm
this?
ready.
You come over here.
Ready.
Were you ready for this? Shit! Sammy! Sammy! Wait, fuck, shit. Sammy! The fucking dad's on a hunting trip and he hasn't been home in a few days. Look, it's Monster Max. Oh my god, there's a monster, Sammy.
It's a monster.
It's a monster, Sammy.
Gotta save him.
Oh, fucking hell. I'm going to the top of the dish.
And jumping.
Yes. What'd they do to this thing? Oh,
Not use it for 16 million years?
they should do that more often.
Why?
No, they should use it more often.
I mean, yeah. But it's the US government.
This is my
You really-
professional appraisal. That's what they hired us for.
Tell them that they should use their equipment more often. But also, it's the US government. Do you think they care?
They should. They hired us.
Well,
They hired us
money
for our
doesn't-
opinions, and that only. Our
Yeah,
our
money
opinions are
makes sense.
invaluable.
Yes, me and you are our opinions. They might listen to me a bit more.
What the fuck are you trying to say, Sammy?
God, I hate Sam. I told you how much I fucking hate Sam Winchester. How much I hate that they wrote him to be such a bitch. God.
How they, I mean, we're talking about the same show, right? Like,
Yeah, I'm like.
you're complaining about them writing a character, every character. Hey, Goo, every character.
Yes, characters are written badly, but I just hated that Sam was written as a bitch. A show can be poorly written, and I still kind of enjoy it because
Mhm.
it's just doofus silliness.
Well, that's
'Cause
our
to be
job.
honest, because to be honest, that's how I enjoyed Supernatural when I watched it. Was just
Mhm.
because it was stupid.
that's basically how I enjoy the X-Files.
There you go. So
I mean,
you
and
understand.
the best part is that, like, if you watch the X-Files, right, it's like a lot of the people who worked on and were characters in Supernatural are also in the X-Files, like fucking 20 years earlier. And so it's very fun. And the X-Files is basically a direct predecessor to the bullshit. I there was one time I actually cataloged every time that they said the word spooky on the X-Files because I'm normal.
This is the kind of shit we would upload on a joint TikTok, by the way. Now tell me about the time you sat down and cataloged every time they used the word spooky on X Files.
I have it. I have like I took a screenshot every time and I put it on my Tumblr, like as a catalog. It wasn't for anyone. It was for me. It was just for me.
It being on your Tumblr makes it even better because, of course, it was on your Tumblr. Do you remember how many times?
No, but you know what I can do? I can find out right fucking now.
I would love to find out, and I'd also love to see your Tumblr.
Hold on.
And I will let you know, Sun's greatest mistake ever was sending me their Tumblr. I have never sat down and unequivocally roasted somebody for such a long period of time.
I started cataloging like midway through the first season, so I don't think I got absolutely every single one, but it was about 20. Like I got to 20 spooks.
Why would they say spooky 20 times in a spooky show?
Mulder's his nickname was Spooky Mulder, so there's that. And then I think it's like in the fucking first episode, he's like very intently looking at Scully, and they're like they're pretty close together, and then he says very very slowly, "Scully, do you think I'm spooky?" The X-Files is a fucking treasure, and I recommend it to everyone.
Show is so everything I've ever heard about the show sounds so stupid.
It is, and it's fucking. It's actually like they use like good fucking filming equipment for the X-Files that like you wouldn't see in a 2000s show. Like, it holds up. It's fucking. You expect a TV show from the 90s to be, you know, shot in like the square TV format. No, it's full like 1080 1920 by 1080.
Just HD as shit.
They took it very seriously.
You know, another show they took serious.
What show?
They shouldn't have. Fucking Bones.
Oh my god, not Bones.
Holy shit.
God.
One of my lasting memories of that show was created by you. I hope
Oh?
you know.
What did I do?
Booth, you don't get to say that word.
When was this? What?
When we were watching like as a group in Discord on through Sun, and it was the episode about the gay football player.
Oh, and he said the slur.
Yes, he said you were mad because they called you, and he said the fucking word. I fucking like.
Oh yeah, Booth, you don't get to say that.
You don't get to say it. And I literally audibly said, "You could say that on television."
Yo, hey, bitch. Hello. We're watching powerfully. And talking shit about shows. The best shows.
And this is coming from somebody who doesn't watch TV.
we,
like
we've
I've watched
we've
enough Bones.
we've trashed Supernatural. We just went over the X-Files, and now we're trashing Bones.
And it's like I like Bones like a lot. It's very fun to make fun of though, namely
Mhm.
because like Bones is the best part of the show.
Autistic.
Yes.
Just like pointing at the screen. Autistic.
This is Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
But nah, fucking Bones is the best part of the show. And fucking Booth is like I said it when we watched it, I'm like, Booth gets so much better, but I forgot how long it took us to get there.
Yeah. I mean, like, it was I wish that Bones wasn't so like obnoxiously straight. You know,
Yeah.
there's too much straight drama for me. And I was like, come on, let's get back to the bullshit.
I'm like, fucking her and like with Zach. I was thinking about this scene like recently
Mhm.
when I don't know if I can spoil this show. How old is this shit at this point?
It's fucking old. Doesn't matter. Close your ears if you don't
you
if you
don't
you don't want
you
Bone
don't want
spoilers.
Bone spoilers in the year of our Lord 2020. When Zach's revealed as the dude's apprentice, and like Zach and Bones
My autistic boy.
they have that conversation. It's just like plainly like autism person
Yeah.
talking to a person with autism. And it's like my favorite scene in the show, and I didn't know why.
Oh.
Like I'll also say that Hotch has the same issue, or not Hotch, Hodgins.
Mhm.
Hotch is in Criminal Minds.
God, Criminal Minds.
I love Criminal Minds.
Fucking,
a lot.
I like Criminal Minds is one of those shows that like my parents used to watch a lot. And so, like when I started watching it with Son, just for fun, it was like, damn, all these crime shows really just like have this token autistic person, don't they?
Yeah, you can say Reed's name.
Farquad meme autism.
It also kind of reminds me of my dad, so I could never hate him. That's fair. Mega. Yeah.
You know what's the best part? You know what's the best part is that like I had like not entirely of my own free will, but I had watched Supernatural up until like the first half of the last season. So getting to hear about all the bullshit that went down in its final moments, just like peripherally from Tumblr, was excellent. It was beautiful.
It was, because I wasn't watching Supernatural while all that was happening either. And my sisters were. So I literally every night after it aired on fucking CW, I'd just get this. My sisters are just like, that like was dumb. Would be her reaction.
That was fucking dumb.
I'm pretty sure they only watched after a certain point because they thought Demon Dean was hot.
Jesus Christ.
And I'm like, he's the same person. Dean's always kind of been an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of his trope. Of Neurospicy, they do.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
like the entire crew, really, besides Booth. Booth was definitely the token typical.
Mm.
Like,
fucking patriot. He was such a patriot. Like, shut the fuck up, man.
Well, it's like they had to, because they were like, it's a government show, but we have nobody in the government, so they had to have somebody fill every role of government character.
Yeah. I like my favorite part was when like whenever there was something that was like the show is teaching you a moral, and it's like the government is bad to marginalize people, and Booth was just like sitting there with his arms crossed like, but I like the government.
He's so mad.
For God save America.
And like I said, he kind of gets it the farther the series goes
Yeah.
on. Once it personally affects him.
Yeah,
you know how
literally
that goes.
only then. Only once it personally affects him.
You gotta let the straights figure it out.
They're not smart.
They're not used to being marginalized. They gotta figure it out on their own. But I loved like Criminal Minds is like legitimately one of my favorite TV shows. It's like one of the few TV shows I actually watch. And it's mostly because I like the characters. I will always make fun of the like how it feels like every big bad is a sexual sadist.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Like literally every time they can't just be like they have to be a rapist. They can't not be for some ungodly reason.
Yeah. I mean, eventually it got to a point where it was like fucking too many people had left the show and it was just like the same depressing shit over and over again. It's like I can't make fun of this anymore. It's not funny. Not funny.
I was like, and it's like they knew, and I loved like because I rewatched the show recently because I didn't know they took it off Netflix, so I went back and tried to watch it. It's on Paramount.
Fucking
Because
okay,
the
sure.
Reboots on Paramount.
Oh, right, of course.
Where they can swear.
Oh my god, they can
really
swear.
Fucking funny to hear.
Wait,
Ross
could they not?
cuss.
Could they not swear on the murder show?
No, they could show a decapitated corpse, but couldn't utter a fuck.
Oh my god.
Television's stupid.
Fucking. Oh god, is that a fucking handprint? Why is there a handprint up here, girly? You're so small. Who are you? Anyway.
But yeah, no, because Rossi says like a swear on one of the first episodes of the reboot.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone looks at him like, why did you do that? And he's like, I swear all the time.
Yeah, we swear all the time. It's just off camera. I love that. Fucking, he likes his government like he likes his coffee. Bad and built off colonization. So fucking true. Oh my god. Speaking of saying fuck on TV shows, though, I've talked about this a bit, with, like, the D&D peeps, but I've been watching, The Witcher. I watched The Witcher, and then I started playing, the game, and now I'm rewatching it again, now that I understand what the fuck's going on, and it's like, on the one hand, it's a good show. It's a good show. But there's a lot of gratuitous nudity in it, and it's like, please stop. But the point I was trying to get to is that when they do say fuck, it's really well placed. Like it's like between that and Schitt's Creek, I think is my favorite shows that use fuck in the best way, in the best context.
Like I don't watch enough like media.
Mm-hmm.
I read a bit more than I used to now, but like I only really ever play video games and watch occasionally a TV show.
Yeah.
But I do
Same.
understand that swearing is a very powerful tool that I feel like not a lot of people know how to wield.
Yeah. I only started watching the show because I wanted to play the game.
Did you play the original Witcher?
Oh, fuck no.
I did. That game's fun. It's like actually really fun.
I that was one of the things I wanted to potentially play, stream or just like make a video out of. I need to finish editing that other one, but fucking it seemed like it would be janky enough for it to be for it to be very funny.
I was contemplating because I got through a good chunk. First of all, the Witcher game's stupid long.
Oh yeah, I got that.
You know, the first one is like I don't remember. I'm gonna look up how long the first one is, because I remember I bought the trilogy when it was on sale.
Oh.
So I have Witcher 1, I bought Witcher 1 and Witcher 2. I don't think I bought Witcher 3.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's expensive.
My number one gripe is you can't pet the kitties. Or the dogs. I was yelling at Geralt.
Just
please pet the fucking dog. Pet the kitty. It's right there.
Yeah, if you just do the main objective, if you only do the main objective in the first Witcher game, 35 and a half hours on a
Jesus Christ.
casual playthrough.
Oh my god.
That
The
was, and
nudity is
that,
okay because of the actors. I mean,
I mean, just because somebody looks
yeah.
attractive when they're naked doesn't mean they need to be naked.
No, I think the thing for me was like, when I say gratuitous nudity, I mean like there was literally no reason for them for there to be nudity. Like the first season was really the worst about it. The second season they kind of, cooled off a bit, but they fucking they got they oh my god. The first episode is like fucking Geralt walks into this fucking wizard's house and it's an illusion and it's literally just a bunch of naked women around hanging around for no reason just because this dude wants them to. They're not real. They just wanted naked women on the screen.
Yeah, no, because I mean, Witcher is, at least Witcher 3 is like known, or Witcher in general is known for gratuitous nudity.
Mm,
Like that's a, I don't know about the books because I haven't read them, but I know that like the games are known for just like
yeah. I'm
women
in
out,
yeah.
pull their tits out.
I'm like skipping all the I'm like spamming square whenever the titties come out. I'm like, please, I'm enjoying the game. Don't ruin this for me.
Because like
Because it's literally they drag it out so
they
much.
do. It's, and I want you to know, like, because what you're playing, what, Witcher 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want you to know it's even worse in the first game.
Oh, great. The polygon titties.
Uh-huh. No, because like that's the whole reason I didn't stream it. Because
Uh,
technically you're allowed to stream a game if there's nudity in it, as long as you're like, I forget what the TOS exactly says, but if the nudity is a part of the game, then you can't, then you're not going to get dinged on TOS about it.
okay.
Like that's the general idea. Like unless you are streaming a porn game, there can be nudity in a game you stream.
Okay.
Which is how games like Witcher are okay to stream.
Fucking I remember fucking Crusader Kings 3 has like
So much.
has nudity and I that freaked me out when we streamed that. It's for the lesbians. You're so right. It's definitely for the lesbians.
But yeah, no. So
They
you
did
technically can.
they did the
Okay.
roles well, with the exception of the orgy. It was usually a part of the story. Yeah, that one was also very gratuitous. Witcher 3 is one
Oh,
of the
but
best running around in the woods with the sword simulations out there. It's really good. Like I'm enjoying it a lot.
hello, gamers.
Gameplay great.
Oh yeah, no. The first game is like really fun. Um, but no, there's a thing that apparently when Witcher came out had like a lot of controversy. You get cards. And I don't remember every
What?
detail here because
The
it was of people you sleep with.
what? Hey,
And-
what?
And there's a version of the card that's nude.
What? Why?
It's,
Hey, come on. Seriously?
I'm pretty sure it's the people you sleep with. I hope it's like that level even on my head.
Fucking for real?
That's right. Because if you just get them for meeting them, it's worse somehow. Like
Hi, Trueno. Welcome to this conversation.
Yeah, I think that's the case. It's been a while though.
Fuck you, goat man.
Is
that good?
Yeah, no. You
Fuck
just
you,
get
goat man.
And that was controversial when that game came out.
Well, I mean, anything that had to do with modesty, to be fair.
I know.
Quote unquote modesty.
That's probably where a lot of the. I mean, I say that I have no knowledge of the books. Maybe they are just horny.
I mean, they have to be, right? Like
I know that
they
Geralt
have
is
to be
apparent-
in some sense.
I saw somebody say that Geralt is just like not a good person in the books,
Oh.
and that's all I remember because I haven't.
Mhm.
I have no basis on that knowledge. I was just told, like, yeah, he's not a good person. I'm like, I'm gonna just ignore that. and play my
Mm.
game where he is.
I do have to say I unlike I'm sure most of the fans of the Witcher games, I am glad that the show made it so that the cast isn't all white. Everyone in The Witcher is fucking white, and it's so tiring.
Well, yeah.
The one time I was like, holy shit, yes, diversity in the Witcher 3 was when you get to play as Ciri, and it's like have you ever had a boyfriend? And you have the choice of being like, actually I prefer women. Woo, yay, the one piece.
And they totally
The
only
gays stay
included that
winning.
because they totally only included that so men could pick it.
Yep.
We take the breadcrumbs. Though.
Men are gross, yay! Don't you know only white people exist in fantasy worlds? You know what? My bad. That's my bad. I don't know what I was thinking.
Shout out to my boy Tolkien.
None of us like the nudity. Witcher 3 TV show was really gross to me. I don't know. Yeah, no, we were talking about that already. The show, like, it had a lot of gratuitous nudity, but if you ignore the nudity, I like the show. My issue with the show is they use diversity to make a black woman the archmage villain. Oh, right, the fascist army. Yeah, that's true. Although is Fringilla supposed to be white? Is she?
I don't know, dog. I know nothing about like The Witcher's fucking politics.
I don't know. I hadn't gotten to any point in the game where she's like appeared.
She's just a character that's spoken about.
Yeah, there's a card. There's a Gwent card for her, and I haven't even looked at it.
Like that's actually a pretty common trope at least in the first game. They do the exact same thing. Like this character that's like this evil bastard that I know nothing really about until like a quarter of the way through the game, and like I said, that game is 35 hours long.
Mm-hmm.
There is just this constant unnamed evil fucking everybody's life up.
Oh god.
It's great though, because it makes them that much more fucking satisfying to want to kill.
Yeah, no, there's some like fucked up shit.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's very satisfying to kill them, but Jesus Christ. Not just like the fucking like fantasy kind of evil. I mean, there's that whole like there's that whole side quest in The Witcher 3 of like that dude who's just murdering people in the city, just like a regular dude. And he's gross, and he's a religious zealot. God, I have one of the books, and I'm just reading the one I'm reading now before starting on that one. Gotcha. Let us know what the how bad how bad it is in the context of what we're talking about, because I am very curious.
Like I get to a certain extent about like factoring in when something came out and diversity.
Mm-hmm.
Cause
yeah.
like,
I mean, it's just curiosity at that point. Like, I mean,
yeah.
I have low expectations.
Yeah, no, like, because it's like my thing of like, unless like the text, because it's like one of those very annoying things about media from. At least I can say this definitively about the turn of the century as a person who had a Lovecraftian phase. Sometimes the only reason there's a diverse cast is for racism.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like,
yeah,
I almost am like, well, do we get a diverse cast and they're oppressed?
mm-hmm.
Uh, which I don't know if that's better than not having them at all because I am a white person. I could not tell you.
Yeah, I saw that like a bunch of people got so pissy because they changed the they made it so that not everyone was white in the TV show, and it's like, man, just chill, fucking cool your jets. You've had so long of this.
It's like it's also been my thing of like whenever people complain about that, I'm like, okay, they're like, well, the character and blah blah blah, and I'm like, yeah, cool. This isn't the book.
It's so
Yeah,
crazy.
cool. Like it's like, and I know that that defense can go both ways, but I'm like, in this version of the media, they are this.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like when we have to represent people with real actors, we just choose the people that fit the roles.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Like, you stop complaining. The lead is still a white man,
Who's really into
a straight white man.
He's a good white man, though.
Oh, mm-hmm.
I like that white man. I like very few white men. I
Yeah.
like that one.
Yeah. Geralt's chill. He's chilling.
No, not Geralt. Like the person playing Geralt.
Oh yeah. He's chilling.
Literally, just because he's like into something nerdy and likes to talk about it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hell yes, please more of this. Buff men playing cool card games, please. Also, here's my number.
Very subtle.
I said I was gonna be subtle. Have sex.
Oh my god.
Me? Be
I-
over the top and grotesque?
But yeah, like we only got on this topic because I was talking about like how well placed the word fuck is in the Witcher show.
It is
Like,
an interesting conversation.
it's fucking, I don't know, it's just very fun. How did we get here?
We just talk about the word fuck.
We just talk about the word fuck.
But yeah, no, because like I agreed with you that like swear words are like to bring it into a thing I know a lot about, like wrestling. Swearing in wrestling is like a big no-no because, well, you can't sell a swear word on most small markets and all that, and it looks really lazy. Because
Right.
it's lazy in regular writing too. But like one wrestler just being like, just saying "shut the fuck up" at the correct moment,
Yeah.
or they even say "I don't give a shit." That's a very common one to use as like a big like holy shit moment. Is "I don't give a shit."
Mm-hmm.
That is like sometimes the biggest pop of the night, as the
Yeah.
loudest the crowd will ever get.
That's what I'm talking about, like with like comparing it to Schitt's Creek, because that is my all-time favorite show in terms of using swear words to good use, because it's like they use like the word, it's not like they're cursing like sailors, but they use the word shit or whore or whatever the fuck normally, but specifically the word fuck is so well placed. Like, it's like it doesn't get said for like a few episodes, and then suddenly out of nowhere they're like, what the fuck is going on here? It's very well placed.
It gives the word emphasis.
Exactly. I curse like a sailor, and I can't stop, but
Oh, no, same. But
I
it's also
applaud
kind
it.
of- yeah, it's realistic also to a certain extent.
mm-hmm.
Like
That's what
'cause
curse words are for.
their emphasis, they are big words that are meant to be used in big situations.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're poor. That's the whole reason they exist. Welcome to linguistics. It's also racist.
People being pissed about diversity piss me off so bad. Yeah, fucking yeah, same.
No, they're literally just telling on themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I'm not racist. Shut the fuck up.
I just
Just
think
stop.
that I just don't think that Rue should have been played by a black actress. You know, the black character, and fucking
Mm-hmm.
that was my favorite. And like, it was like the first time I was aware of people bitching about that kind of stuff, and I literally
Yeah.
was like, but Rue is literally described as black in the book.
My favorite recent example as well was when the Last of Us show came out and people were upset because of the gays. It's like
You know,
they
the
weren't
gay
gays. They were gays. There weren't gays in the games. They're literally the characters that are gay in the show are also gay in the games. Also, the other main character is a lesbian. Calm the fuck down.
like I remember when I saw that shit, I lost my mind. I'm like, were we not playing the same game? Like they were. That's the whole reason that scene exists.
Mm-hmm.
It's like just teaching Joel about love in the apocalypse. That's how this is supposed to go.
Love is
It's the
love.
whole-
Love
the whole
wins,
point of the
etc.
scene of like rehumifying Joel, where he's like, "Damn, people really are going through some shit."
Mm-hmm.
It's like, but they said partners. Yes, you deaf dumbass. Why do you think they said partners? Take it slow for me. Why do you think they said partners? God. Can you tell I liked their little story bit?
Gotta love when the gays are involved.
It wasn't even just that they were gay. I just liked the story.
Yeah, no, it's a good story. I got sad that they buried the gays, but
Yeah, like that trope sucks, but it's like
yeah.
at least for now.
Take them
don't
where we
actually-
can get them, I guess.
I like for now at least the main character. I don't know if she lives or dies. I'll be honest. I know nothing about Last of Us 2, but
I will not spoil it.
I know that she's gay. That's all.
Yes, she is like very, very like openly a lesbian in the second game, and I love that for her.
Well, she was like, because the DLC that came out was like specifically about like her exploring that fact, because the chick in that DLC is like her first kiss.
Mm.
That I remember.
The Last of Us has always been so gay.
Yeah.
Hell yes. I am glad that they changed the how oh fuck. One of them's name was Bill. What was the other one?
I don't remember. I'll be honest with you.
How they ended up. Cuz like in the
Yeah.
game it's like I fucking hate you. And then, you know, they like one of them leaves in a huff and dies.
Yeah.
And then in the show they die happily together.
That is good.
Mhm.
I actually haven't seen the show. I just know what happens in the game.
It's a very sweet episode that definitely won't make you cry.
I know it made a lot of people very angry. That's all I know. 'Cause that
Fucking-
was,
Do
the most
you-
recent time I've heard Ben Shapiro's voice.
It was an experience seeing fucking Ron Swanson be a gay man.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
it's amazing. Truly an experience.
God.
A tender, loving gay man.
Oh no, every single one of these polls is an individual thing? What the fuck? Hate that. I thought the whole railing was one thing. But yeah, no, Last of Us has always been very gay.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very good narrative, that first game. With some pretty decent gameplay. I played it very, like, briefly at someone's house
Mm-hmm.
and liked it.
Uppies. Give me uppies. Give me uppies.
I was like, do you know the answer to that question?
To what
Danny?
question? There's a
What
trans
was-
boy in the second part, right? Is there?
It's like I'm only aware of, like, when it comes to new characters, there's only one, and I know it because it made people angry. In Abby.
Oh.
And I was like, Abby was not a trans man to my knowledge.
No.
Abby was just
She was
buff.
just buff.
And I do know what she does to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Because
There's like
that
fucking Last of Us 2 is literally just like the definition of fucked up shit. You're just
I was
like I haven't played it myself, but I've seen people play it, and it's like the entire game, from what I can tell, is just yelling at the screen like, "Stop doing that!"
yeah, no, I was told that it was kind of like a Depression Olympics.
it
It
is.
just keeps getting worse.
Yep.
It's like part of the reason I didn't play it or watch it, because I was like, I don't feel like going through that right now. One time when I disagree with the person.
Big part of the.
The delay.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah,
We're
no.
ahead. Don't worry.
Yeah, how many frames are we dropping?
I've never heard you make that noise before. Holy shit.
52.1%. Oh, I love it here. I'm so glad we switched Wi-Fis.
Should be.
God.
I can see that, Northern.
Yeah. I
Especially
like just like in general, like when character depth is erased for really any reason. Like for 90% of characters that are originally white, it doesn't fucking matter. They're a
Yeah,
blank
like-
slate.
Like most, like, unless like is like whiteness is an intrinsic part of their characters, like you can't just make like a this feels like a very straw man argument, but it's the only thing I can think of. Like making a Nazi.
I was literally gonna say like I hope no one ever does this, but like if anyone ever tried to fucking cast Hitler as a black person, like you're not gonna do that.
Like that is inherently like those kind of hateful characters.
The
are
only-
intrinsically need to be white.
Yeah, well, I guess like with the exception of fucking specifically to like say a fuck you to Nazis, like when Taika Waititi played Hitler in
Or,
that
like-
movie, because he is literally has Jewish descent, person of color.
You know, like it's different in a satire.
Yeah.
But like, if you want to go like a historical legacy, you want to make somebody a fucking Nazi, and you make them like a person of color, then that is honestly a lot of the times just shock value.
Mm-hmm.
That's not character depth. That's not interesting. That's well, how can you do this when it directly goes against your people and your belief system? Blah blah blah. And it's like,
Mhm.
Like, yeah, no, why would they do this? There is no real reason, like, unless you fundamentally change that they are, like, what it means to be a Nazi, right? Like, if they're in, like, their alt-right version of the future is, like, in like, another country, and what it is just fascism painted a different color. That happens a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Like, sure, then you can do that. Is it good? Usually not. That's the crazy thing.
Mhm.
It's usually not good.
Yeah.
Which is why people don't do it.
And for the example of what you were saying earlier, Chueno, if you're still here, about like the black person being a key part of the fascist regime in The Witcher, she does have like a good amount of depth to her character that gets fleshed out, and it is very much not, it's not as bad as it initially seems. Like she got dealt a bad hand.
I can't find this last spot on the goddamn railing, and it's driving me up the wall. But yeah, no, I'm, and it's like that also is like different into what I was saying.
Yeah.
Because that's again, that's the whole like they don't need to be white because they're not Nazis, they're fascists. If that makes sense. So you can tell a different story, but if you are telling the story of Nazi, then they have to be white in my head for it to
Yeah.
make like a lot of logical sense. And that's if you're telling an honest story of Nazi.
Yeah, fantasy fashion. I think like one of the key points in The Witcher as well is that like fucking literally every single government and ruler is a dickhead. One of them just happens to be more successfully imperialist.
No, literally, I think that like a plot point in
There's literally like a major, there's literally like a non-human genocide plot point, and it's not by the fascists in The Witcher 3.
Well, yeah, because God, they did that. You know that plot has been going since the first game.
Yeah.
like, and obviously a lot of the points we're making don't apply to like satire or fucking like comedies, because at that point it's the aversion to the trope is the joke.
Taika Waititi playing Hitler was such a good idea. Oh god, we're so behind.
I'm like, we had that conversation so long ago.
Oh, it's okay. This is basically a podcast at this point.
It is. I mean, it always has been.
We're fielding questions from Twitter.
Yeah, no, it's kind of it only took us this long to finally make a podcast. Even though I think Sun would move heaven and hell if we said we were gonna do a podcast together to get done. People just like listening to us talk, Danny. We have opinions.
Yes.
And we're both very staunch on said opinions.
And we're both very hot and sexy.
That helps.
Yeah. Which is a very important part of the podcast medium.
Yes. I have a voice made for radio, obviously.
But you already killed the radio star, as we established earlier.
It was you. Good night,
Shh. Good night, Lila.
She will not
She will not hear
hear this.
this, but night.
I mean, yeah, no. I was like, her, like, in your example, Northern, her being American is such an interesting decision. and I would love to be on like a fly on the wall when that decision was made,
Mm-hmm.
because that just that legitimately doesn't make any sense. Like, because despite what people love to think about history, black people live everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
so they probably could have just found a black Norwegian person. Like, that's not impossible.
Yeah.
Why they chose an American, I couldn't tell you.
Or
Was it a
even just any black person who speaks Norwegian.
yeah?
But like specifically for this character, it's important.
That they're Norwegian.
Yeah, it's important that they're Norwegian. But why
Sounds
the
like
South? Why the
my thing,
South?
right? Like, it's like, did they just not, did the writers not have never met a black person before and thought they only existed in the American South? Because I know that happens. Because
Yeah.
unfortunately, a lot of Euros are horrifically racist to like make Americans blush, kind of racist.
Mm.
That was a very sobering thing to learn, by the way.
What was?
That like there are places in the world where racism's just as bad or worse than America.
Yeah. And in very different ways too, which is also kind of jarring.
Yeah, because like we only know how it works here,
Yeah.
right? That's us. But then you
And
start
we know how
learning
it started
histories.
here as well. Like we know the
Yeah,
history.
whereas like it's so much like it's all ingrained in the system. Like that's just how it has always worked. Racism is born of like the system telling you that this is the truth and us being told to believe in the system.
Mm-hmm.
But like specifically stuff like it's just hard to fathom, right? Like we know what happened with like slave trade and shit, but like how that evolved for the rest of the world is just so much not how it evolved here.
As a fun fact, this is when you saw my goodbye message. Oh boy. I mean, that's
Oh.
honestly that's not as bad as I thought it was, but it's still pretty fucking bad.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah, we're still dropping half of our frames.
That's so weird. Namely, something that actually was the most jarring, and it's like, it's not like the main reason I hate Britain, but first of all,
You don't
England
need
is,
one.
yeah, but like first of all, England is just a big Texas, and I refuse to believe.
Yeah.
The way they act, their policy, they're basically just Texas that thinks they're more proper than they are.
Mm-hmm.
Like take all the North Californians, move them to Texas, and it'll be identical.
Yep.
Uh
No, but we're liberal.
huh.
Fucking God.
Nothing scares me more than somebody telling me they're an ally followed by they're a libertarian.
No, nothing scares me more than someone just saying they're a liberal, because
like
anyone who's on our side that I've met doesn't label themselves as a fucking liberal.
no, the fuck they don't.
I'm not an asshole. Is better than saying you're a fucking liberal.
Or how about don't say it,
Mhm.
act it.
Just
That's
a
the
thought.
crazy part.
Just a thought.
Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers.
Oh god, that means they're coming up on us talking about racism in Europe.
Oh God.
I have a feeling we're gonna have some opinions to read. Because to be fair, I am ignorant on the matter. But like,
I mean, I think I've talked about this before. I don't know if I've talked about it like to you, but I have I have two cousins, an uncle and an aunt that live in Luxembourg, right? And like Luxembourg is is in between France, Belgium, and Germany.
Yes. It is the
So
quad country
it's
thing or
got
whatever.
it's the quad country. And last time I was over there, like they fucking hate the Portuguese. Like they treat the Portuguese like we treat people from Mexico here. It's
In Luxembourg.
in Luxembourg. It's like the Portuguese are like they were complaining about how like the Portuguese are all the working class people and how they're all, you know, assholes or whatever the fuck. Like
That's crazy.
it was just weird.
They're so far away.
Yeah, like why do you have so many Portuguese people for starters?
Like, or why aren't they immigrating in the countries closer to than Luxembourg?
I mean, it probably has to
They
do
aren't
with
being
like
let in.
yeah, probably. Also, like I haven't kept up to date with Portugal. The fuck's going on
Yeah.
over there?
I know they're having another a very big bit of political turmoil is going on in the Iberian Peninsula, as always. If they had if hell hath froze over before Spain has a stable government.
Yeah. Uh, Black people have been here since at least the Viking time. Exactly, she's supposed to be Norwegian, so have her be Norwegian. I have no idea what they were thinking. I haven't watched the movie myself, but my mom was fuming. You had slaves, we had treller. Is that like another word for it?
I'm curious now. This is gonna be my search history.
Is this going to be like a one of those like indentured
Huh.
servitude things?
Interesting. I googled Treller, and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of things come up that aren't history. So I'm gonna look up Norwegian.
But they were of
It's
all colors and often brought back from wars. Oh, okay. So like,
they're farm workers. A Treller is literally like a thing to pull shit.
uh, the fucking what are they called? Like when they take when people take like prisoners of war and make them slaves.
Indentured servants.
Is that it?
I was like, I know indentured servants in the context of like those are debtors. That was like their whole
Like
the
it's been a thing of like whenever people go to war, they bring back slaves from whoever they went to war with. Like that's been a thing in like almost every culture for like forever.
that is like a part of human history at this point. Yeah,
Which sucks, but
we'll deal with that trauma later.
we don't have time to unpack all of that.
Yeah. I was like, I assume Trellers are just like farm hands, because the Treller, from what I just googled briefly, are just like they just haul shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like the modern definition are like vehicles. But yeah, no, and I mean, because that's generally like the thing about how it became the reason that America is so unique in like what happened was that we took from like we didn't discriminate based off of like just like where you were from. We were like, hi, the continent you lived on and
Yeah.
the way you looked. Like it went deeper than that, because in most other places it's like how the Irish were treated by the British.
Yeah, it's also specifically like a thing of like the one of the many reasons that they brought so many African slaves over to the Americas was like they needed slaves who were resistant to disease, to European disease specifically. They I say needed, they wanted slaves who were resistant to European disease, and also people that they didn't have to fucking care about, I guess, that were so different and spoke an entirely different language that they didn't even need to think about treating them as human, which is obviously, you know, several counts of fucked up, but that's I don't need to even I feel
You
like
don't have
that's
to enunciate the fact
yeah.
that it's fucked up, just the fact that it happened.
Yeah.
Being the important part there. And yeah, no, like that's yeah. And it happens that way. That's generally how slavery ends up becoming a thing anyways.
Yeah.
Perception of lesser and that they are just like, well, that's what they're good for as years go on and people are raised under that idea.
Well, I guess it's more specifically that's how it became such a big thing, like commercially as well, and such a commonplace thing because it went from prisoners of war to we can just take them.
Get people, yeah.
We
can just take people from their homes.
Yeah.
And now we don't need to go to war to get slaves.
Mm-hmm.
We go to a place where they're just sold. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, racism and like nationalism in Europe is a very weird concept to us Americans. Because again, I can't imagine sitting here and being like, somebody from Texas is a horrible human being. Like in my head, just because they're from Texas, they're a bad person. But like, people in Europe have that opinion about countries that are closer together. Like, God forbid they're from Spain, or especially like Spain, but probably because they're not usually white. They're like more brown because they're Mediterranean. But
right. God forbid. British people don't tan for this reason.
That got me. That was good. They probably have a lot of Portuguese due to the same reason we have a lot of Polish and other Eastern European people, just refugees. I mean, I guess it would make sense that there are Spanish and Portuguese refugees all over Europe at this point in history, given the Spanish Civil War. But I don't know if that would... I guess it technically would remain a modern problem, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. Because I know a lot of... Or what was I gonna... But yeah, no, it's just weird. I can't, like, fathom the concept of being, like... This person that lives a state away from me is, like, a horrible human being who's taking my shit and running away with it.
Yeah.
Or, like, that they're lesser. Like, that's weird to me. Like, how do you even get there? They look like you. How can you tell the difference? That's always the shit that, like, especially confused me about the British and the Irish. I'm like, if they didn't sound like that, what would y'all do?
Yeah.
Like they're just normal people. Like, you couldn't tell visually the difference a lot of the time. But leave it to people just being weird. Most of the trails seem to have been British. That would make sense.
For Vikings, yeah.
For the people of the era.
The old Anglicans. Not Anglican. Is it? What fucking... Just Angles?
Angles would be the people they're taking, I thought.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Or is it Saxtons?
Well, I mean, it is... There's, like, Anglo-Saxon, so it's...
I know, that's what's fucking me up. Like, are the Anglos... I know the Anglos and the Saxons were separate cultures.
Mm-hmm. I guess it just depends on what part of history we're talking. Because, like, I mean, they were raiding for, like, a good amount of time.
Yeah. Can you tell what type of autistic we are?
Type of autistic who was going to teach human geography.
I'm just really interested in history, but like I learned too much of it, so I've conflated a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I never got too deep on any specific subject, which is honestly like my biggest flaw with most of my history knowledge. Is like I vaguely know enough about stuff to have a conversation, but that means that I'm like, shit. Were the Anglo-Saxons like where were they?
I
off
just
the top
have
of
a
my
shit
head?
memory too, so it's like I used to know
Oh,
this.
we're already playing with debuffs, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Trell is a different word for slave, but it's specific to Scandinavia. They were usually in places of warfare. Cool. So it was just another word for slave, which is crazy that there's now like a vehicle.
Interesting. I can hear you running around down there.
I'm having fun. Literally just walking in a circle. The rest were sold. Yeah. Gotcha.
Oh shit, is there a part of anywhere yet that's like just dirt? Ooh, right here. Hold on. I got something to do.
I have a feeling I know what you're going to do. I'm counting your hits. I'm trying to figure out what you're doing. I know what I'm gonna do. I wouldn't have guessed that in a million years.
What's yours? Oh, yeah, that's a thing.
I did an 8 instead of an S because I hit left and went I went left when I did the first one. It was like, oh, this is the 8, not the S.
You're so
So
silly.
I just
Fucking-
committed to the 8.
Let me out of the ladder!
Suffer.
I'm trying to get up this fucking thing. Ugh.
Oh, I can't.
Ah! Oh my god, why is this so difficult? It wasn't this difficult before.
This is also the type of autistic we are. We went from titties woo we went from slave trade in Europe to titties woo.
To titties pog.
Yes.
Don't you
titties
dare
woo.
erase my titties pog. Are you erasing my titties pog?
No.
Are you? Would you
No.
lie to me?
No. I'm putting a line around it so I don't erase it on accident.
Poggers.
I desperately hope this is visual. like visual from the fucking time lapse.
Oh, yes. We should have put that on there from the start. Happy Lesbian Visibility Week.
You right.
Fucking yesterday I had to smack Son upside the head with the he they lesbians exist. Cuz I was like, it's Lesbian Visibility Week, and he was like, do I even really like count as a lesbian anymore? I was like, you fucking you motherfucker.
Shut the fuck up.
We're fighting. We're beefing.
Describe. I love like any domestic dispute being
Mhm.
referred to as we're beefing. Really takes the edge off.
Yeah, we got beef.
Beef and burger.
Beef and burger.
Also, debt could land you as a trell.
Mm.
Yay, you're poor. Slavery.
Yep. Debtor's prison. Debt to jail.
going to debtor's prison, also known as Australia, where you get to be uber racist.
Oh God, Australia. I've said this before. It's literally just America up the southern hemisphere,
It is.
and New Zealand is like the Canada as well. It's like,
they're early Canada.
yeah, it's like Australia and New Zealand comparatively are both much better than Canada and the US, but they have that same relationship of like Australia's got some wild shit going on, and New Zealand's got some issues with the native population that it needs to sort out, but like it's better. What the fuck? Hello?
The server just nuked itself for a couple of seconds.
Network error.
Oh no. Oh,
Fucking
no.
hello? Why? I stepped away during The Witcher. I missed a lot. Oh God. My condolences. Invite friend. Invite friend. There we go.
I'm making sure that it's not dead. The
Yeah.
stream.
The stream
specifically.
seems like it's okay according to the stream manager, but the stream manager likes to lie to me, so oh.
That's fair. Downloading dirt.
Downloading dirt.
Oh, but I was gonna say, cause like Canada recently, a lot of issues, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, Canada, like, I was like, it probably is of the same ilk where it's like Canada, how Canada is viewed by the rest of the world is how New Zealand is viewed by Americans. If that makes sense. Because they're chilling, like that's how they actually are. It's not like how Canada is fucked up.
Yeah, it's like it is decidedly less fucked up. It's just got the same it's got the same relationship to Australia that Canada has to the US of like
Yeah.
it is infinitely better over there, but it's still got some issues. Specifically, like again, specifically also with dealing with its own indigenous people.
Yes.
With the Maori.
It's crazy.
But like
to,
also
like, read those headlines.
Yeah, but also like it was one of those things where it was like it kind of shocked me to see that like while the entire rest of the world was electing you know, hard right-wing basically fascist assholes, New Zealand ended up electing the Democratic Socialist Party into every branch of government they had in that same election cycle. And it was like, wow, huh.
It's possible.
It's possible. It's because they educate their people.
Yeah, no, you've hit the nail on the head.
It's because they educate their people and they don't constantly suffer and they have health care.
It's crazy to like look at.
Start a power washers union.
At this point, we could.
Mm-hmm.
It's not hard to start a union, and I implore you to.
Unionize, damn it.
Literally at any given opportunity. And if they fire you for trying to start a union, that's illegal. So do with that information what you will if you're in America.
Mm-hmm.
In worst case scenario, you get a killer paycheck.
Yeah?
Like, if it doesn't go anywhere, they will settle that shit out of court so fast to avoid that headline.
And there are also like organizations that help with that, right? Like
Yeah.
they will help with legal fees to fight the fact that someone got illegally fired for trying to start a union.
Yes, those exist. A lot of them are unions. I
Yeah.
know the union for the store I used to work for did that. It
Mm-hmm.
was like one of their options. Unions are good, and all they do is protect the worker. Because the HR department was never meant to protect you.
Yes. HR department just covers the company's ass.
Yeah. Unions protect you. And you can just start a union. That is a thing you can do. It's kind of expensive, but it can be done. You just need enough people willing to join the union with you.
It's a very simple process.
Like, comically so.
It is like people are like, well, I mean, unions so complicated. Like, union dues is like, I mean, it's only complicated if you make it complicated. It's just a bunch of people like saying like, hey, we are your workforce, and we are demanding that you stop treating us like shit.
Yeah, literally.
All together. Because your business will fucking fall to its knees if everyone stops working at once.
Don't cross picket lines.
Don't cross the goddamn picket line.
Nobody likes a scab. I was like... I am just kind of like sitting here and waiting for us to hit another like companies trying to strong arm the government and getting the right person who's like, no, fuck off and die, because that's how stuff that like gets unions instated and shit ends up getting there.
Wait, what do you mean? What are you talking about?
Specifically, it's hard to explain, but it's like specifically when a bunch of unions or a bunch of companies were broken apart, monopoly busting and shit.
Yeah.
It had to do with them just strong-arming the government. And the government being like, no, fuck off and die.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm waiting for that to happen again.
It's a lot harder for it to happen now.
I'm aware. But I feel it in my soul that, like, it just kind of seems like like, not a if, a when kind of thing. And whether or not the CIA kills the person that's trying to do it. Gotta love the CIA.
Mm-hmm. Gotta. You gotta.
This is not a choice. We will see.
Man. Damn it.
How do we get here? How do we...
You asked too many questions.
I know, and that's why the government doesn't like me. That's why hospitals don't like me, actually.
Hospitals hate him.
Hospitals hate him because he's like, why am I paying this much money for something?
Shit, fuck.
He knows.
Didn't think we could get this far.
If you're American, if you don't have health insurance, always ask for the bill. Ask for an itemized list of everything they're charging you for.
Mm-hmm.
God, I wish I was not constantly suffering and had healthcare.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alas.
We also went the farthest left we've had in over 8 years, and we're not happy about it. The left around here is shit. Well, I'll tell you what, Northern. I don't know if this is like a party lines thing, but fun fact, the left in America isn't left.
The right is okay, at least. That's...
terrifying.
What?
What context, right?
Like, cautionary tale. Never let them take away your public health care, because any chance that a company will have to get more money, whether it's by swindling you or, you know, committing a crime even, it will.
Mm-hmm.
Because they can just look at you like a number. And I mean, it's easier for them that way, but I mean, there are also people who will just do that to your face.
Kazooie is starting a union.
Yeah.
Like literally.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's sick.
But how many times have you done this at this point? I feel like you've told me you've convinced people to unionize at least like a couple times.
I'm getting called. I will be right back.
What the fuck? Okay. Which means now we have to go over here. Fuck. Ah! Oh, it's gonna be like a good like 10 minutes before that. Before we all catch up. So that's fun.
Hi. Don't ever let while you're looking for a job, they will just sell your info.
Oh yeah.
Because I just got called by somebody being like, "Hi, you were on a job listing thing. What kind of job are you looking for?" And I'm like, "I'm not answering yes and no questions to a robot on a phone.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you lose your information. I'm good. I can do it on a computer."
The right is okay, but then the far right is bad. I mean, the right is a stepping stone to the far right. Just so we're clear. Like
100%. 100%. You don't ever want to be like,
it's like it is really like all you have to do is look at
"Hi."
what's the fucking the history of the right here in the US. Because it's like they will pose themselves as, you know, not a threat. And you know, I'm just like fiscally conservative.
Oh,
But then it's like they just it all gets bundled together. It's oh, I have so many different thoughts on this and I can't put them into a single sentence.
I can. um, I have very strong opinions about this.
I also
Um,
do, but yeah.
yeah, we're in the same boat. There is it's the whole like thing of tolerance of the intolerant is the death of tolerance. That whole fucking nugget that people are told a bajillion times but don't seem to heed is when you are allowing people who are on the right to kind of build up a base. A lot of times you are not actually viewing them as like where they actually exist on the political spectrum because they're hiding behind the symbol of their party.
Yeah.
Because when you actually pull down the lens, how we got to where we got to here is
The stream severely lagging behind the chat for anyone else. Oh, yeah, no.
yeah.
For sure.
No, this is just how it is right now.
What are my frames at right now? Hold on, let's see.
This is a podcast.
It's still 56.9%. Why is it so consistent? Now I'm like it's weird that it's consistent. Hold on, maybe if I change
I was like, it might be settings in your.
maybe if I change it to SLI Crossfire. I don't know if that helps.
We're gonna find out
together. I've never understood what that does, but it doesn't seem to have done anything. Fucking hell.
It might just be like encoder settings and shit. Could be anything.
I don't think I'm allowed to change encoder settings while I'm streaming.
You are not. No.
Cool.
But the issues become of like.
Wait, actually, I might be able to. Let's change it to medium for medium quality. It's not really helping.
I should also say, Northern, by saying that the right here is still far left of your left, they're the good guys. Never describe a politician as a good guy.
No, the
They are
politicians
never
are
on
never the
your
good
side.
guy.
They are never on your side. You are a number to get them power, and you will never be more to them, no matter what they say.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stress this enough. They are never the good guys. Because
Like,
as a person who's like
yeah.
a socialist, do you think that like as a person who's like a socialist with anarchist tendencies, I'm not going to sit here and say that people who fight for like far left ideals are good people, because
Mhm.
they're usually not. Or even some of the socialists in the world, I'm not going to say that they're good people until they act like it or do good things. And even if they do, they're still a politician.
Yeah.
They're a series of decisions.
It's like I have for sure been where you are. I think it's like living in such an intensely hateful and fast track to fascism society has very quickly
sobering.
it's very sobering. Very quickly makes you wise up to the fuck is going on.
Like I said, they are never on your side. Any moment that you think that they are can lead to somebody using those as masks
Yeah.
and to get to you. It's where bad actors get into like marginalized communities.
Hmm.
It's literally that. They're like, but they're blank, so how could they be bad?
Yeah. And it's like, I mean, it is also the thing of like, it's very easy to be like, oh, well, it's different. We're not America. Everything's worse in America. And like, yes, everything is worse in America, but that's just because we're farther along.
Literally, because we've skipped to step whatever the fuck. Whereas like a lot of other countries, especially in Europe, are heading that direction. Like that is like unequivocally the truth.
Such a huge majority of the issues here could have been solved if preventative measures were taken ahead of time, like curbing the right, keeping like not actively trying to help companies create paid healthcare. It's, I mean,
yeah, no. And to your point, Northern, I want you to understand that the regular American public actually like does do that. They laugh at the alt-right while they're just gaining power.
mm-hmm.
Like, it's not the people who are around, it's the people who are growing up that are being brainwashed. Like, as a kid who almost fell down that pipeline, I will be 100% honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm like, me being who I am is an honest to God miracle. I exist in spite of what should have happened.
Yeah.
Like, that is a fact of the matter. I have no problem with gay people, but poor people should die. No, they think gay people should die too.
Mm-hmm.
They're just lying. Oh.
If you think that any class of people just for existing like just like as a person existing just because of your status you should die, that's no, bad, go to jail.
Like literally, if you for like those people, I will never get over that picture of like the rainbow anti-homeless spikes under a bridge.
Yeah.
You remember that picture?
God, fucking yeah, I saw that like yesterday.
God. It makes the rounds often, but it is literally that. It's the I'm fiscal.
Yeah, it was literally the fucking it was homeless spikes painted with the trans flag.
God.
I hate it here.
And it's like, and like I said, it's never the point of like, oh, people make fun of them. Like, no. People in America are more apathetic, but they do, generally speaking, are like, no, I don't believe in far-right politics. Like, the average American, like, doesn't. That is 100% like a fact.
And also, it's one of those things where it's like, you have to think ahead. So, like, if you're like, well, I mean, the right isn't really that bad right now. There are some crazies out there, but I mean, there
There's no reason they should gain power.
there's no reason.
There's no reason they should
Yeah,
succeed.
it should be fine. Just let the regular right be in power, and then you'll never guess what happens next.
Somebody infiltrates the regular right and
Hmm.
completely and utterly fucking extremes the party to
Yeah.
no extent, and they're following a very certain blueprint. You'll never guess whose.
And the people like the right like what conservatives, right? Being resistant to change is like almost always indicative of the fact that they have some secret beliefs that they would never tell anyone, but
Yes.
that are not very savory.
Or hell, they might not.
Like if you ask someone on the right enough questions, you will arrive at the answer, which is fucking I want to kill all the Mexicans in the country, like. And like sometimes they don't even realize it.
No.
Like if you say it like that to them, they'll be like, "No, absolutely not." Even if they are being like honest to themselves, but if you boil it down to like what they want and how it is gone about, it is is genocide.
Yeah.
They are actively doing genocide right now in Florida.
They're genociding in several places.
They're genociding trans people
Yes.
and anyone who does drag. Period.
Yes. That is the most painfully obvious.
I saw today that Iowa is now introducing a bill to ban same-sex marriage again. Because it never stops. It doesn't stop at the one thing like they always say it does.
No, it never does, because that's how they get people. It's how they convince that, oh well, there's the LGB, those fucking morons. How they're like, well, they don't believe in X. Well, guess what happens after trans people? Guess who's next?
Mm-hmm.
Guess who is fucking next? And guess who's after them? 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 It'll never fucking end, like you said. Like, it will get to the poor whites who are the ones electing these people.
Yeah.
Like it'll get to them eventually, and they don't know it.
Yeah.
Because they're the last step in that line. Whereas the people who are the current, people being aimed at are screaming, hey, let's not let this happen. Well, it's not my problem. Until it fucking is. Literally Booth's character, to bring it around.
And reminder that like again, don't want to overuse the straw man of Hitler, but like reminder that he got to power by basically just saying I'm gonna make Germany great again,
Yes,
because we've been wronged by the French. That's how it started. It started quote unquote innocently.
mm-hmm. He was
just a right-wing politician.
Like, literally, he was considered a fringe. He was like a fringe politician, but they ignored him.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, that problem will solve itself.
And guess what didn't happen?
And then they kept that same policy that started World War II. That problem will solve itself until it invaded Poland. Because if they would have, like, if it would have started after the annexation of Czechoslovakia, there is like a decent chance that the long drawn out process that was World War II wouldn't have happened in the way that we view it today. It could have been a problem solved much quicker, but no, we had to wait until after the Japanese had signed that treaty, and after the Soviets signed that treaty. So then we had to go through the first 2 years of the war just letting France fucking die. All because we just sat there and were like, it'll solve itself.
It's a fun time all around. A real democracy with more than two parties. Radicalization of the politics isn't really a big thing in Norway. Uh,
until it
until
is.
it. Well, that's the thing is that like you can never like. I get that it isn't a bad thing now. That's really what we're saying is that like it even when it isn't currently bad. It will inevitably get bad, and you have to plan ahead for the future, and you have to be like, don't like the lesser evil. Don't do it. It's not worth it because the lesser evil will lead to the greater evil.
Every time. And it's like you have to like sit there because it's like the thing about like like the left, not the radical right, the right or the radical left, like specifically the left, is they are a group of people so like hell bent on like not rocking the boat in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
That when
it's the centrist problem.
Yeah, because the left in most countries sit not like near the communist socialist lens. And if they sit on the socialist side, they're not that far in because they're democracy. And democracy is a problem that literally, or is a thing that literally leads to a problem that it creates.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Like, and I like that, like, oh, your country is too. It's like, we're not telling you to be like, hi, be scared because it's gonna go bad. We're
Mm-hmm.
telling you to like
Be cautious.
yeah,
Pay attention.
don't just trust that the people are doing what they're supposed to. Because,
Don't trust anyone in a power position. Period. Whether it's your job, whether it's your politician.
yeah, because they have motives. They have reasons. They have things they want to do, and they're not always going to line up with you.
And you can never truly know like to what extent that will like how far they will go for it.
Yeah, because on like a job level, you never know when that weird mass layoff is coming.
Mm-hmm.
That like you getting a position change you didn't want because they want to get rid of you but don't want to fire you. I don't think you actually realize how far to the left your political system is or far right is. I mean, but calling them the far right is an indicative thing to their policies, especially in a Scandinavian countries.
Yeah.
Where, you know, fascism was very close to being a thing.
Yeah.
Like y'all actually had it very similar to how we had it, where fascism was kind of just an accepted ideology at one point.
No country is immune.
No, and again, we're simply stating that no, you cannot sit there and be like, this won't happen, because it fucking might.
It
Like,
can. It can and can. It can, and as long as there are people with motives in power that are contradictory to the good of the people, it'll happen if you just let them do their thing.
Like, sure, it's like it's a different process for where y'all are. Like, but no, we like I said, we sat on a hill of like, not me and Danny obviously, but people sat on their laurels and watching like, well, they won't get anything, they won't get anywhere, and then they do. Because one person, and I especially definitely mean it, and I hate to say it, but it's like a person like Trump gaining power has opened up the door for this truly to be possible anywhere.
Yeah.
Because
like people have seen that it is possible, period, in the year 2023. Even if it's in a different country, even if it's in a different context.
Like, that man introduced something called a Muslim ban. Do you really think they don't think they can get away with anything? He called the Klan like peaceful protesters. Do you think that other countries aren't looking at that blueprint?
Unfortunately, a part of regular Christian religious groups in the country. My parents were good church-going people, but were also following hate groups, and so were their friends. They thought they were immune to being like those crazy people, and then became crazy people. Yeah, no, like, yeah. I think, you know what? Actually, I think this is another thing is that, like, it would have been one thing to have this conversation like what, like 30, 40 years ago, where it's like it's I mean entirely different, like other side of the world, different country, different context. But with the internet and with globalization and the fact that any information is accessible from anywhere, it is so fucking easy for someone in Norway to be indoctrinated from America.
Yeah.
It's scary easy. And
no. Holy shit.
and like to what Kazooie was saying is like, fucking indoctrination doesn't just start with people being like, yeah, I agree, we should kill everyone. It's like it starts with like, I mean, Fox News is an institution here now, so it's like it's a major thing. But even a minor source of potential indoctrination. How do I put this into words? You know what I'm trying to say.
Vaguely, like in the sense of like a like Sinclair Broadcasting, how they control
Right, yeah.
small news media in your local news.
It's
and then they put out stuff every day that is like tailored to make you like think or feel a certain way, or treat you like you're normal for being a certain way.
And the pipeline
you're supposed to trust.
Yeah, and the pipeline is also like they start slow, they start quote unquote moderate, and then either, I mean, it might not even be the same people feeding you this shit, but you go from the moderate stuff, and then it is easy for you to accept the more radical stuff.
Yes, we start
like factually.
They drip feed you into it. Like, they aren't gonna hit you with the like ban gay marriage. They're gonna hit you with some physical thing. That's the whole joke about the fiscal conservative. Those people are just on the alt-right pipeline. Like, they're being convinced, not directly but slowly.
Hello.
Make sure stream didn't die again. It just got really quiet because you stopped power washing. So did I.
And so did I. Thinking you are not susceptible to cult or fascist ideology is the first requirement for being brain. Yes, exactly. Never thought the Tigers would eat my face. Stops the woman who voted for the Tigers eating people's faces party.
Yeah. And it's like, again, like, I'm not specifically trying to say that me and Danny aren't specifically trying to say that Norway is going to fall to some fascist regime in the next 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Or that, like, we're simply telling you the basics of don't trust the government because they don't trust you.
It is a thing of like, it sounds like common sense, but taking it not taking it seriously enough and thinking it is just common sense is how it starts.
Which is why we're so like, we're hammering it home to such an extent. It's because like this, we live in the failed, like where it's failing.
Yeah.
Like we are staring down.
We are a case study of how it happens, and so we know a lot about how it happens.
And you can also prove that it happens the same way every time, because I would like to again show you the straw man of Germany. Or
let us go again.
I can tell you Venezuela, Russia, fucking Bolivia. Like, when this happens, it happens identically every time. Has laws in place to make sure shit like what's happening in the U.S. won't happen here. Changing constitution is so difficult that it either won't happen or would be immediately shut down by the people. Again, you're putting faith in common sense.
Yeah, the fucking, like, they haven't changed the constitution here in like
and
ages.
It should block all of this. Like, I said that if any of the shit that's happening in Florida, or now with that in Ohio, if that hit the Supreme Court, that gets reverted.
Yeah.
That gets, but that's why they're not going there.
Yeah. So if you like ignoring the specifics of government structures, the way it works, the way any government works, right, is that if someone breaks the law, they are to be held accountable by the government. If the people in charge of the government aren't 100% behind keeping someone accountable, then it all starts to break down. And that's kind of what's happening here. Iowa is trying to ban same-sex marriage, something that the Supreme Court ruled is not allowed already. But the government isn't really doing shit about it. Florida is systematically killing gay and trans people. And it's just not getting shut down because people don't care enough about it. And that's how the ball gets fucking rolling.
Also, I know what you're trying to say, but please realize that there are differences in systems, and some systems are far easier to fuck up than others.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and? I'm kind of lost on saying, but please realize, because that's... I don't know how that helps your point. Like
no system is unfuckable.
No, that's our whole thing. Is again, you get our main point.
Yeah.
You get what we're trying to tell you. If you have some love for the Norwegian government for whatever reason, I suppose have that love. But we're simply saying, as people who don't trust the government in any place,
yeah,
to not trust the government wholeheartedly.
It's to bring kind of like a weird but kind of relevant example in. When I got out of high school, I started working for a restaurant where my friend was the manager, and my friend was the one who was in charge of like payroll and employment and all that shit. I cared about him, right? Like, he's like, good dude, we are friends. That doesn't mean I trust him as a boss to have my best interests at mind. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have to reconcile the two. Where the fuck is the rest of this dirt on this thing?
I had to. I'm looking at the fucking menu because I'm like, I refused. I've never trusted people in that way, but it's too easy to be caught. It's too easy to be caught here. Just look at the ones that tried to skip out on taxes and were caught and billed insane sums. Hi, we do that too. God, the IRS is scary.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit, the IRS is scary. They're like, is there some statistic? They're like the most powerful government organization in the world.
Yeah.
Or some shit. Like, they have the most power out of any government in the government created organization in the world. The fucking IRS, which sounds so stupid.
Yeah. Do not know shit about politics in Norway. I think we have had to have knee-jerk reactions to specific phrases to survive. Super difficult to process that other places have different political systems. Yeah.
I mean, it's not even that, like, I'm not sitting here purposely missing the mark on there being different political systems, or that I even started this conversation with the statement that, yes, America is actually farther right on the spectrum than most countries are. We
are not operating under the assumption that that Norway's government would have the same loopholes or the same mechanisms as the American government. We're talking about governments, period, in general.
Yeah.
In a republic, in a democracy, in anything.
Yeah.
Is it just?
And I mean, there are certain policies and shit. Like, because it's the thing too, is like there are certain things in the government that are like you're kind of forced to trust. Like, and sometimes they work out. Like, it's not everything; it's just most of it. And if you get mad at one part of it, you need to deconstruct it all the way.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's that whole ordeal about like what's it called? Like Social Security. Rip Social Security for me and Danny, by the way. Thank God. 2 of those is the wall.
Yeah, I'm working on the control room thing.
Frame. Okay, so then
Okay, now it's the frame. which yeah, it's the top.
God damn it. The power washer.
Got it.
Hell yeah. Alright, now we can get rid of the dam.
No, Titty's Pog, my beloved.
I accidentally put a scratch in it at some point, but it made you can do the bit with it now.
Because we used to have a lot of trust in our government and protections too. Yeah, no, exactly. We have antitrust laws, and yet,
It's
again,
illegal to create a monopoly.
back to that point of like the government has to be, the people in charge of the government have to be willing to uphold the laws.
It has nothing to do with a law existing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because what people are being cautious of is so difficult to pull off here. It'd be surprising if anyone pulled it off. If the sitting government is viewed as unsuitable, then they have a real chance of being thrown out of office.
It is also one of those things, though, of like how we were saying about like drip feeding. If they will not get to the point where they will not. How do I? They're not going to get to a point where people would be willing to throw them out of office until they are unable to be thrown out of office.
Correct. Trump, it's the one thing Trump did wrong.
Yeah.
In his rise to power.
He's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, like he didn't do any of this on purpose.
If the scary thing is that like if Trump had brain cells, we would be in an even worse position. Like Correct. It would have been fucking over.
Like what's happening now in America is actually us like fucking in fight or flight.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is us like back is against the wall. We are like we got to do what we got to do now. Like that's the only reason we're getting anywhere is because now it affects everybody. Going through it like a scan line.
Scantron.
Which titties do you like the best? My favorite test I took. I know a lot of people here thought the same thing before we started barreling towards fascism. Obviously, it could happen anywhere, but I'm glad y'all have more protections in that way. Actually, I think it was the first thing to go here was those legal protections. Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah. Fucking we came off the heels of having the country's first black president. And so everyone thought that we were safe. And the culture here was not nearly as like openly hateful. And
but you should have seen those fringe groups
when
he was elected.
Yeah.
You should see that those fringe groups are now in power. And where did they get elected? They didn't get elected, to the like the main shit.
Mm-hmm.
They got elected to the local places.
Yeah.
And that's really how it starts. And that's how you could tell America was going that way, because the local governments are going right wing.
Mm-hmm.
And then that feeds us up because people are like, well, this is just how I vote now. They don't think about the politics. That's the other thing that's special about America is that we are such a staunchly two-party system. A lot of people don't vote based on policies; they base on parties.
Yeah. Like, even if you have three parties, it's still just as dangerous.
Like they're gonna vote just off of like, and it's also like having a two-party system is also just its own bag of worms. Those shouldn't exist. Technically, America isn't a two-party system, so that's how they get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
You could vote for a third party. That'd just be a vote against the party that would actually do something.
Yeah.
They tried. The king would shut it down. I mean, our justice system is technically separate from the government. Technically,
mm-hmm.
They're not in the Constitution. They exist. They exist completely outside of the government. Technically.
Mm-hmm.
Their job is literally just to read the Constitution and tell them, hey, this is going for or against it. That is literally our judges' decisions.
our country's three powers are the state, justice system, and the king. The fourth unwritten power is the media. One power falls, and the other powers literally just overrun it. I mean, we have separation of powers too. We have our checks and balances.
Check and balances.
But
the judicial party, or the judicial system overwrites the executive branch. The Senate is supposed to overwrite like executive powers. Like, we have a three system government, and our fourth system for the longest, guess what it was? The fourth estate, media.
Yeah.
And you'll never guess what happened to the media. They saw that outrage got clicks because they don't believe the shit they're selling. This is a whole nother
that was that was the thing, is that like fucking those texts that got leaked from people on Fox News. It's like they were actively like, man, this is bullshit. It can't but I mean, you know, money.
Like, they get paid more to shill shit than they do to tell the truth. So they're gonna shill it because I've been disconnected.
Oh, oops, my bad. I thought I was turning co-op on. I'm silly.
You're silly. Nah, but like, that's the whole thing, is like they fell apart because they're just like, well, we just have the show, and then it's like, oh, well, we get more money by selling outrage. Sell it to a specific market, because CNN does the same shit. Like, the left media does the same shit. They sell outrage. They sell headlines that make us angry.
Yeah. And
except their headlines are usually sound more meaningful.
And also, it's another thing of like, I think if I remember correctly, one time I was talking to Raven. Raven said that you guys used to have public health care, and now you don't. Which, like, that's kind of the point of what we're saying, is that like, it's the little things that go first.
Your rights and access to government things are pawns that the government will always use to try and buy you. They're chips they cash in. I said it, I think, last stream when I got on a very angry tirade of like, overturning Roe v. Wade to most politicians isn't like pro or anti-abortion. It gives them the ability to put that on their ballot and be like, here is my coin, I'm gonna vote for this, and they get to tell all their followers that they've been given a divisive issue that they can now give or take away for political gain. That's what your rights are to most politicians. Like, and that goes for Australia, New Zealand, fucking everywhere. Like, rights are literally like chips that they can cash in.
It is very much one of those better safe than sorry scenarios where it's like, yes, it is likely much harder to get to this point in Norway, but that doesn't mean that it can't.
Yeah.
And the fact that it can warrants being cautious and knowing what the signs are.
Yeah, because again, we're not sitting here telling you that the people in power right this very second are gonna tomorrow wake up and just fucking skin you for your rights.
Yeah.
Like, that's not gonna happen. That's not how the world works.
But
how the world works is when we're in our 30s or our 40s. Like, I remember I said it when they overturned Roe v. Wade. I have no idea, sitting right where I am right now, what type of America I'm going to die in. If I die in America, I have no idea what it's going to look like.
And there could be a revolution before I die.
Literally, there could be a revolution. There could be a new fucking fascist regime. There could be, like, a civil war.
I could be executed. Who knows?
Like, we don't know. And that's literally because nobody heeded the warnings. Nobody sat down and was like, hi, this is happening. We need to solve this problem. And that's why we, as the case study, are like, hey, I respect that you're like, my government won't do this. Just be sure that it doesn't.
Also, just taking a quick step back, just a reminder, we are all autistic. No beef.
No beef.
Yes. This is not as a heated argument
No,
as it might
I'm-
appear to be.
No, I definitely think most people coming in here would assume that I'm yelling at somebody. I don't mean that. I'm just concerned for people's safety,
Mhm.
is all. Because I am fucking petrified to be alive. Like we all are.
Yeah.
Um,
I said had relevance when I wrote it, provided something. Yeah, no, it's fucking again. Fucking stupid ass internet. I really wish it could just work. But
I
God
know
hates
you,
me.
but I'm like, I'm trying to read whatever you say in the context of your previous statement,
Yeah.
if that makes any sense.
The healthy push and pull is I think the thing is like growing up you are taught that there is a healthy push and pull here in the US. You're like, oh well, I mean the left bounces the right bounces the left, there's checks and balances, all that stuff. But then you learn about the stuff that goes through and doesn't get changed later on. So like Reagan was a big catalyst for almost like fucking almost everything. Because no one really fucking fixed his shit.
No.
Uh,
Who was after him? Shit.
I know Carter was before. Oh, was it
Yeah.
fucking oh shit, words are hard. Was it Clinton?
It might have been Clinton, who was definitely just he was a Democrat in Republican clothing.
Yeah.
Or reverse. He was
Yeah, Republican Democrat clothing.
Oh, it was Bush.
Bush was after Reagan?
Yeah, I think his dad.
Oh, senior. Yeah. That's it.
Fuck shit up pretty bad.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah.
We've had a pretty shit line of presidents since Reagan, outside of like maybe a lot of Obama's early shit.
Mm-hmm. But in the end, no president is really good.
No, because it was like Obama's early shit was like, oh, it very much sang like trying to just put shit in to be like, hi Democrats, I'm doing what I told you I would, and then he just went on to his normal Democrat machinations. Fucking No Child. I hate that the first two things I read on George Bush's fucking Wikipedia page are No Child Left Behind and Saddam Hussein.
Jesus Christ. Also, yeah, I want to see what Northern made. Fucking yo, women. Hell yes.
I want to see women.
I love it. Women.
We had like a specific channel.
Mm-hmm.
But really, if you want to trace back most bad things that happened in America, you could really just hit modern America, just hit Jimmy Carter and just keep going forward.
Yeah.
Like no president's good. That is the fact of the matter. Yeah. But
all this
if you
is
want to.
all this to say though, like the healthy push and pull thing is like
Oh yeah.
all it takes is more a bit more push than pull sometimes. And the case with the left versus the right is that the left is far quicker to concede to the right in every example I've ever seen in any country. Is that
Except for that one time in Russia.
except for that one time in Russia. uh only took a little bit.
It took a awful revolution where they killed children. Yeah.
Yeah, but in modern society, that is definitely the case. And it just takes, again, it's about thinking about planning forward, right? You have to pay attention to what stays and what doesn't, and who's pushing more.
Because both parties are always playing this weird game of what can I get away with.
Mm-hmm.
And it just so happens that the far right's games of what can I get away with are crazy.
Yeah, they're fucking human rights issues.
Like, huh? And again, I still think that a large part of like what did it in America, like speaking personally,
Mm-hmm.
is like a lot of social media and like people peddling shit for money.
Yeah.
Because like the media are kind of just war profiteers at this point.
Yeah, and it also there's like so many different sources of media that
Yeah.
that so many different people fought. Like, I mean, if there's a publication that's focused on the right, fucking that's going to influence people. It's going to paint horrible things in an easier to digest light.
And then if you shut them down, then they have another story to run.
Mm-hmm.
We are in a constant state in America specifically where we like never win. Like, because that's the shitty part about the far right in America and generally like at large is like it always used to be like a centrist mind. Oh my god, they're on Northern telling you that they didn't have health care. How long
Oh my god,
ago was that?
I don't know. God,
Bro, we are so ahead.
Jesus.
So they've missed our resolution of this conversation.
Oh my god, it's so bad.
I suddenly understand the responses, at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like in like a better context.
Yeah. Also, like, my memory is shit. I remember it was like the healthcare got worse or gotten rid of. I'm assuming it's the worse.
I was like, well, even when you said that, I was like, I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, no, I like I said, I'm fucking I think. I'm not sure. I think.
Yeah.
Because
no,
my
okay.
memory is dog shit, and I usually am very careful to say that, like, when I'm quoting something that might not be entirely 100% accurate, whether either by who said it or my memory.
I know. I try and do the same thing. It's rough in these streets.
Which certainly doesn't help in situations like this where you're trying to talk about serious stuff and then you accidentally say something that isn't true that you forgot.
Yeah, it definitely. It's why that this isn't a debate; it's a conversation.
Yeah, it's just a conversation. We are filling the time while we power wash.
Yes. Because at the end of all of this, a lot of the stuff that I feel as though I'm saying is not meant to be like swaying your opinion. It's simple. Hi, I caught on fire. Maybe don't douse yourself in gasoline. Like that's the extension of what like I'm trying to say with a lot of the stuff I've said today.
Mhm.
It's never a hey, like this shit should or shouldn't happen or will or won't happen. It's a hi, it can.
It
So we
can.
just all have to be ready
Yeah.
because
It
we weren't.
yeah.
I mean, me and you kind of were,
It
but we were
could
too young
it
to
it
do anything.
it was the thing of like, well, I mean that happened in the 40s. Stuff
God,
like that can't happen here.
God, I love America with that shit. Oh, do you know, I talk to so many people that act like that, like on a
Mm,
regular basis. Like this is me speaking purely on America here. There are so many Americans that genuinely believe that kind of shit, or that think that shit happened in the '60s was like this distant past.
yeah. Fucking
Like, no. Like, hi.
like your grandmother lived through segregation.
I know it's crazy. It's like my mom literally watched the news the day after Martin Luther King got assassinated.
Mhm. I'm from Memphis. Like
Like, you know,
I know.
like, and well, I'm from Georgia. I know too. like, like it's crazy how how so many people will just sit there and be like, no, no, this is the past. This isn't who we are now. And I'm like, every
Girly.
decision made in the
Mhm.
past dictates who you are in the future.
Mhm.
That is just how it works. Sorry to tell you. And again,
Thinking you're immune is how you are not immune.
literally. Shout out
Nobody is
to
immune.
people during the pandemic. My
God.
strong immune system. We'll do
Jesus.
what, bestie? How's that measles outbreak going?
Mhm. You know what's also very fun, entirely off topic, is that uh, I'm coming off of one of my meds, which was supposed to help with social anxiety. Didn't, but it's whenever I go off of it, usually by accident, because I just like don't fill it in time. Um, the week after I stop taking it, I get really nauseous.
Oh,
Just like all the time. And hey, guess what? It started early. I am
great.
feeling nauseous. So might end it sooner rather than later and go lie down.
Noted. Do what you gotta do.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't planning on being on stream at all today, so I just kind of literally like finished cleaning my house and was asked, "Hey, do you want to clean a fictional location?" Half of the reason I don't play Power Wash Simulator.
Goodbye, Kazooie. You will be missed. I don't
Also,
know if we'll be back by the time you are back.
like somebody, when y'all hear this, give me a checkpoint, please. For the love of God.
Whew.
Are you changing meds?
Hmm?
Are you changing meds, or are you just off of
Uh,
these meds?
I mean, I take a bunch of different meds. I'm going off of these ones because they don't work.
Got you. It's like, trust me, I know you take a bunch of different meds.
Yeah.
I was
Fucking
definitely feeling.
four different bottles in the morning and at night.
Don't you love?
I love being mentally ill and also trans.
It's a great time in America.
I mean hot and sexy.
I mean, you just said the same thing twice.
Yeah.
God. Can you tell that we're scared? Has that point gotten across at the very least?
I live in the South.
Like,
I was born and raised in the South, and I still live here, and I want out.
oh yeah, I meant to ask Sun about y'all's move again.
Yeah, I mean, there's a very real concern. I'm sad that Kazooie just left. Because Kazooie, obviously, I've said this before. Kazooie lives in Salt Lake, but fucking there's the very real concern of the fact that Utah's being very anti-trans at the moment.
Yeah. There we go.
Which sucks because I'm really looking forward to it, and I really hope they just like, oh god, I just want it to stop, man. I just want it to stop.
Yeah. I'm strangely hopeful. Which, you know me, that's not normal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm strangely hopeful about the whole thing. I feel as though we're kind of... How do I put this in, like, a normalish kind of way? I was like, I feel like something's gotta give in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we're almost back there. Like, something's going to give in a good way.
Maybe even just for a little bit.
Just for a little bit. Like, I don't know. I could never predict
Things
stability in America. No one could.
Things are either going to get to a breaking point or do the thing again, which is where it's like, oh well, things have stabilized. They're worse than they were before, but quote unquote, it's the push and pull.
It's the push and pull.
It's the push and pull. Things are objectively worse for marginalized people, but
don't worry. We still ignore AIDS.
God.
Time is a flat circle. We've been here before.
Yeah.
Instead of trans, well, they did it to trans people back then, but also it was only publicized about gay people. You know, 1,206 years later type shit.
Yeah.
Like, hi, did you know how many people died? No.
I don't want to get to the point where, you know, it is after almost every state has tried killing trans people.
Oh no.
Like it did with the AIDS crisis.
Here's to hoping it never does. That should be a national embarrassment.
Mm.
Like I said, it's a lot of here's to hoping, which is honestly the worst part. Like I said, this Pride Month's going to be interesting.
Oh God, yeah.
I told Sun that I was like, I'm petrified for Pride because it's going to go either one of two ways. Either we're going to hit radical down a pipeline, if you catch my meaning, or there are going to be a lot of riots. And I'm here for the riots.
Mm-hmm.
Not so for the other.
The first Pride was a riot. Just a reminder.
Hey, fun fact: protests don't get shit done. Riots do. That's just a fact. Boycotts get shit done. We just don't know how to organize them anymore in the modern age.
Yeah.
But no, protests just don't work in America. Literally, the reason that all of those civil rights bills all passed all at once were because of like the 4 days that people rioted after Martin Luther King was assassinated.
Mm-hmm.
That like none of that would have happened if he stayed alive, and I mean that with my chest.
Which is hilarious because, you know, the whole point of assassinating him was the opposite.
Mm-hmm. Like a part of me sees, like, this has always been my like conspiracy theory, is that they sat down and realized what they were willing to concede and were like, Okay, we can concede all of that. So if we kill him, then we don't have to go further.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it was the FBI. Declassified documents say so.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I love the conspiracy theories like these because it's like from the outside you're like, well, I mean, come on, that's a conspiracy theory. Like there's no way. And then you learn about fucking oh my god, I've already forgotten the name. The program that went undercover and destabilized minority groups. What was it?
Oh my god.
Fucking
I know it led to broken glass theory. That's all I remember. Broken window theory. Oh,
yeah. I've referenced this so many times. How have I forgotten the name?
it's putting crack in the hood. That's how I've always known it. Holy shit, I googled crack in the hood and I found a legal document about it.
Oh my god.
Just like a CIA document. Holy shit.
Hmm.
Oh, but shit like I forget what that is, but it's like shit like, the CIA literally put drugs in black neighborhoods.
Yeah. Fucking
Like, that's real.
I've
That's
got
a thing they've admitted to.
yeah, I'm gonna lose my mind if I don't look this up right now.
Just look it up. I looked up what I just looked up.
Fucking if,
Also, which all of this is illegal. I want to make that point clear.
um
Like